after trophy. He's done it 7 times over the course of his career. We are talking about Roger Federer. Getting oh so close last year, but falling at the hands of Novak Djokovic. He's back in action once again in the 2019 edition, and he goes up against a Russian qualifier in his match. How has Roger Federer done it? He's done it the old-fashioned way. He's earned it, and it puts him in good stead. Now, at this tournament, as they arrived, there were 5 former champions, but no one's won more than Federer. You go back to his initial triumph in 2007, backed it up back-to-back years in 2009, 2010. Had a time off as Andy Murray established himself, but got back into the winner's circle in 2012 when he was victorious over Novak Djokovic. Picked up back-to-back wins in 14 and 15 over Federer and Djokovic, and that rounds out everything before Cilic, Dimitrov, and Djokovic finally got across the line after being a 5-time finalist. We saw Daniil Medvedev tie Rafael Nadal this year with the tournament leader as match wins with 41 apiece. Right there in 3rd place is Roger Federer, and he has done it by posting magnificent results this year. The win in Dubai kicked things off, came 1 match short of triumphing in the California desert again when he lost to Dominic Thiem, but he returned to Miami to win the title there. That was career title number 101. With quality results getting him all the way through. Of course, on grass, he has basically owned Halle and the Wimbledon final that was a heartbreaker. It took some time to get over, admittedly, said Roger Federer when he arrived here in North America, but he has set his sights once more on exacting some revenge if he needs to in the semifinals against the man who bested him on these courts in Cincinnati last year and the man who beat him in the Wimbledon final, Novak Djokovic. They could be destined for a semifinal appearance, and all in all, the 38-year-old still in great stead, and the world number 3 posting magnificent results this late in his career. Well, it's the young guns, the ones who want to be contenders to the throne, but still those of the golden ageless, Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer. They keep holding them off. Can Federer do the same today against the qualifier Andrey Rublev? That is the task at hand for the Swiss master as he readies himself to take the court inside center court in Mason, Ohio. So with 11,000 plus starting to put themselves in the seats on a very warm day. Safe to say it has been the most agreeable day of weather, even though it is still hot and still humid. We'll see if it has any impact on the match that has Rublev coming through, having beaten Wawrinka yesterday in straight sets. He goes from one Swiss to the other. Wawrinka to Federer. He said he wanted to meet Roger Federer. Today he gets his chance. We'll find out if the Swiss master shows some mercy or if this first meeting is unkind for Rublev. A warm welcome back as each seeks a spot in the quarterfinals. That gives us a chance to get it inside now to the 2 men who've been preparing to call this match. They are your gentlemen callers, and they're standing by. Here's Adam and Barry. Guys?
Thanks, Kev. So Roger Federer and Andrey Rublev, for the first time in their history, go head-to-head here in Cincinnati. And as Kev mentioned, a place that Roger Federer just loves coming to. 7 times a champion, although the last of which, 2015, of course, made the final here last year when he lost to Novak Djokovic. And look who's back in the chair, Fergus Murphy, hoping for an easier afternoon than he did last night. Here's the coin toss.
All right, gentlemen, just a couple of things you already know. 25 seconds between points when you're serving, extra time when you sit down, television. When you're challenging, please say challenge quickly, clearly. The last thing is the shot clocks. Please keep watching them. Any questions? Need anything? All right, I'll just show you the coin. That's heads today. WS is heads, that's tails. Roger?
Blue.
Blue, okie doke. Watch out. And you win. Okay, receiving. That's it. Thank you. Thanks, ladies.
So coin toss done, now down to business. The last match of the day session out here on centre court today. Roger Federer, 7-time champ, number 3 seed this week, taking on the young Russian qualifier in Andrey Rublev. Let's just have a quick look at how the draw looks then. Federer coming through in straightforward fashion against Juan Ignacio Londero last time out. Rublev, of course, looking to try and do the Swiss double after beating Stan the Man 4-4 yesterday. And as you can see, one name already in the quarter-final for tomorrow, Daniil Medvedev, the number 9 seed, who's just almost unbeatable at the moment, beating Jan-Lennard Struff earlier on today. So Adam Fielder and Barry Cowan back in the commentary box for this one as we look at the great man, Roger Federer, of course, 38 years of age now. Turned 38 a week ago. He said that he hoped that he was as good at 38 as he was at 37. And Barry, from the match that we saw against Juan Ignacio Londero, there's no fear that he's lost it, turning 38.
Yeah, good afternoon, Adam. Yeah, he was very good against Londero. It was the fast start that was crucial to Federer. He just didn't allow Londero to settle, and that's where he has been so good. It's that ability to break early and then just race through the first set, and before you know it, it's kind of 3-love, and you're behind the 8 ball, and I'm sure that will be the game plan again today against Rublev. He's selective in his schedule about which Masters he plays, but he has identified his Indian Wells, Cincinnati and Shanghai are his favourite Masters events. Wonder why. 3 of the quickest conditions, so you get.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still disappointed knowing Federer that he didn't win that Indian Wells title when he lost to Dominic Thiem from a setup, but it didn't take him too long to put it right, did it? Because he then won in Miami in his very next tournament. Then he returned to the clay as well and did pretty well there. A couple of quarterfinals and a semi at Roland Garros, and then obviously back on his favoured grass, winning the title in Halle. And then, well, we all know what happened in that Wimbledon final against Novak Djokovic. Of course, in his second round match against Juan Ignacio Londero, he had the rain to contend with as well. At one stage, his quickest match win ever here in Cincinnati was 55 minutes. That was against James Blake in 2011. It looked as though he may well have beaten that at some stage, but Londero did well, actually, just to take it just over the hour mark. But in the end, Federer too good and very impressive. So his opponent today, Andrey Rublev, 21 years of age. He turns 22 in October. Currently down at 70 in the world. He has been as high as 31. And Barry, another player who has really suffered with injuries, hasn't he? Had the stress fracture in his back last year, and he's then had the wrist injury this year as well.
Yeah, the player that, as we know, if he gets into a rhythm from the back of the court, he can be devastating. And he hits the ball as hard as anyone. And that's what Federer will try and guard against. But it's good to have him back playing tennis, because it is tough when you are off tour and your ranking drops, you lose a bit of confidence. But the 2 wins in qualifying, 2 big wins in the main draw. Basilashvili, who beat him a few weeks ago, of course, in Hamburg in the final. And a very comfortable and surprisingly easy victory against Wawrinka. But this is the real test for Rublev. Those types of players often Federer likes playing against. The ones where he can put the ball in awkward areas of the court, change pace. So, first meeting. And I think when it is your first meeting, it's harder to play Federer than it is the other way around.
So in terms of the matchup, you don't think this is a particularly good one for Rublev?
Well, if they start trading backhands and forehands and it's the same pace, that's what Rublev loves. But you would expect that Federer won't give him that opportunity. And Federer, who serves very well here in Cincinnati, you would expect also that he might want to go after the Rublev second serve, which has been a real problem for Rublev, but there's certainly signs that that's improving.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match will be the best of three.
But he can be very predictable on that second serve. He hits the same spot, sort of that body to backhand.
End of one.
Well, the centre court filling up nicely. It's the last match of the day session out here, and Roger Federer looking to try and make it an 8th-time champion this year up against Andrey Rublev. Their first meeting, and it's going to be Rublev to get this one underway.
First set, Andrey Rublev to start. Please take the nearest seat. Thank you. Ready? Play.
It's an example of just how quickly the ball gets back onto you when you play Roger Federer.
And he's not really the type of player that often compromises Rublev.
Hey. 15 all.
Yeah, I'm sure Fergus Murphy is hoping for a much easier day here than he did last night, but I think we've got to give credit to Fergus Murphy, the way that he handled that situation yesterday. It would have been very easy for him to lose his cool.
30-15.
There are things that are certain in life, and there are things that you're not so sure. And the one thing that is 100% certain is he will have an easier match.
Yeah.
$40-15.
Yeah, good start from Rublev after losing that opening point. He recovers well and takes the opening game without too many problems.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 first serves from Rublev. Doesn't get much better than that. You would expect key serve for Federer today will be the one to the forehand, especially out wide on the juice side. Rublev, who is not one of those to necessarily look to chip and just get the return in play, it will be try and hit it back with interest.
Love 15.
Big from Federer, good footwork to enable him to hit that big inside-in forehand.
15 all.
And Rublev needs to try and stay away from this. He doesn't want to be chipping a return. And that invites trouble. He's better actually just ripping it and accepting he might miss a few.
Fault.
If you were Andrey Rublev coming into a match like this, Baza, how would you go about things?
Like the last point, trying all available opportunity, pin him in the back-end corner.
Great point from Rublev, just working Federer from side to side, and he has 2 break points.
The biggest problem so far, the lack of first serves from Federer in this opening service game. Just 1 out of 4.
Yeah.
Well.
Rublev.
Hands up, who saw this one coming? Rublev goes up, an early break.
Rublev leads
2-love.
2 games to love.
Mentioned Barry at the start. I mean, what has just almost become routine for Federer this year is that quick fire start. I mean, you lost count how many times he'll break in the opening service game. There is Fernando Vicente. There's to you there.
Love 15.
Oh, 10 out of his last 11 matches here in Cincinnati. Federer hasn't been broken.
He's won the title twice, hasn't he, before without losing serve. Might just get him going. Federer, a stunner.
15-30.
The only player to have broken Federer in that incredible sequence was Djokovic. And that's the play. And that's why Federer won't panic when Rublev comes to the net. He is not comfortable there. So Federer will just be happy, as he did there, to just chip it or go, I think, a lot hard and heavy down the middle. That's why he's comfortable with the match. I think we'll see a lot of short slices today from Federer.
He does possess some serious firepower, though, Andrey Rublev in that forehand side. Really rush his opponent.
And you look at the average forehand speed already, 10 miles an hour faster than Federer.
Of course, sometimes it can be his downfall as well. It can leak a lot of errors.
Duke.
His first match this week was in the evening, so it's the first day match for a while.
That's great from Federer. And of course, there were pretty heavy conditions as well, actually, that match against Londera, that big kind of storm that came in.
So when I say first day match for a while, on hard, you know, it's totally different conditions. A day here, the ball flies, it's quicker.
Well, it didn't take him long, did it, Roger Federer, to get that break back. A slow start, but he's up and running. And we are on serve.
2-1.
Rublev leading 2-1.
so much of the discussion over the years is why aren't the younger players able to really wrestle the initiative from the likes of Djokovic and Nadal and Federer. And I think Rublev is a classical case. He's a very good player and he's a very good baseliner, but he doesn't necessarily have extra layers to his game. He's not necessarily, when Federer will find weaknesses in Rublev's tennis, short ball, not comfortable necessarily at the net, and I think these are the sort of areas that you've got to have, because the best players are so good at finding their weaknesses. So then under pressure, what happens is they enforce it and they go hit the ball even harder, and that's where the unforced errors can come.
Well, it's been a solid start from Andrey Rublev. Be disappointed to have lost his serve there, but even still, always probably a little nervy the first time you come out onto a court like this against Roger Federer.
Time.
As I said, currently 70 in the world. Don't read too much into that because of all the injuries that Rublev has.
Take your seats quickly, please.
He's reached a high of 31.
Ladies and gentlemen.
If he stays fit, Barry, how high do you think Andrey Rublev can go?
Definitely top 20. I've always felt he was a player around about 15. I think as things stand at the moment, I think there are areas of his game that the very best players will find holes in.
15 love.
I feel as though he could be quite a streaky player in his career. You know, he'll have weeks when the forehand is on fire and people can't get near him, but then he'll have a few weeks where he's making a lot of errors.
15 all.
What the Russians have got is they've got three excellent players who are all pushing each other. There's a healthy rivalry.
$15.30.
That's relentless. Incredible hitting from Rublev, and it's two more break points.
15-40.
That's brilliant. And you're going to make hay while the sun shines, because Federer is struggling on serve. I mean, how many times you see Federer start a match and he's only winning 1 out of 5 points on the first serve?
Yeah, that'll work.
30-40.
And we were praising Federer the other night, how accurate his first serve was.
Oh, great movement from Rublev. It's one thing getting to the ball, it's another then hitting a forehand of the quality that Rublev found there. And the man that very rarely gets broken here in Cincinnati has already been broken twice.
Well, that is an incredible shot to generate the pace that Rublev did on that forehand cross-court moving forward.
$15 love.
Oh,
my goodness. What a forehand from Roger Federer.
That was a great return. But Federer knows that that's where Rublev's going to serve, because that's the only second serve that Rublev has. And he can afford to cheat. And I think that can nag away at Rublev's mind, the potential of double faults further down the line.
(30-15).
Take two, same result.
Dan Federer can keep doing it. He's going to have to show Federer the serve down the middle. Severin Luthi, who was back in action very quickly after the final of Wimbledon, he was in Gstaad.
(14-30). Game, Rublev.
So Rublev on this occasion backs up the break.
Leads 4-1.
He has a bit of a cushion now in this opening set. The Russian leading by 4-1.
So often the key area to Rublev's game of how confident he is with the unforced errors, because he's a very aggressive baseliner. So far just 3 errors, and that really highlights what a brilliant start this has been. I mean, yes, Federer hasn't been at his best, but Rublev has taken the advantage. He's the one who's played more matches recently. He's come through qualifying. He's played in the day. Federer hasn't.
I suppose the question is, can he keep up this level? It's the hardest part. And of course, you'd expect the level of Roger Federer to substantially increase as well. We saw in Roger Federer's last match against Juan Ignacio Londero, certainly in the early stages, I think it was quite apparent, quite obvious that Londero was nervous. Started a little slowly, which is understandable. But no sign of nerves from Andrey Rublev as yet. Only had one other meeting this year with someone ranked inside the world's top 10, inside the world's top 5. That was Dominic Thiem in Hamburg. Rublev beat him. 2 tie-break sets.
(15-love). (30-love). (30-15). 40-15.
Key reasons why Federer has lost his first couple of service games, surprisingly, the lack of accuracy on the first serve. Just the third point he's won on 8 on his first serve.
Game, Federer.
Well, it's more like it from Federer. He remains just a single breakdown.
Rublev leads 4 games to 2. Love.
Perfect serve from Rublev. First ace. Oh, another scintillating return winner.
Well, he's done his homework, Federer.
15 all.
He knows where the second serve goes, and he knows that there isn't much work on the second serve, so this is really starting to apply pressure, Federer, to Rublev. 3 return winners, all on the forehand, all that side from Federer.
Really is playing nicely though, Rublev. Hitting the ball so cleanly.
15.
This is beautiful at the moment from Rublev.
40-15.
Couple of big forehands. He then skipped round it, just took the pace off this one and made sure that he found that short angle instead.
I mean, that's how well he's hit the ball so far. He's just not allowing Federer to bring his forehand into play due to the brilliance from the Russian. So impressive opening 22 minutes.
Game, Rublev.
And another easy hold.
Rublev leads.
Rublev goes to 1 game away from taking the opening set. Federer with work to do. 2-5.
Where I've been equally as impressed, Adam, is the 3 brilliant returns that Federer's hit on the forehand side. It's always difficult as a player. Do you make the adjustments? Do you say, well, I'm getting punished on my second serve, so therefore I take a bit of pace off my first serve? Sometimes you can get a little rattle when someone comes after your second serve, but so far he's been able to stay strong in that area. Masu. No work for him at the moment.
No,
until his player gets better.
Well, he must have been inside thousands of tennis stadiums, but still wants to film the atmosphere inside this centre court. It's easy to forget, isn't it, that Andrey Rublev was actually the first member of the next gen to make a Grand Slam quarter-final when he did so at the 2017 US Open. So the ability's been on show for quite a few years before all the injuries then struck. But certainly if the opening 24 minutes is anything to go by, He's fully fit and back to his best here, the Russian.
Love.
Don't panic, Federer. That's one of the keys, actually, when he played Nishikori at Wimbledon. I mean, Nishikori came out on fire. But even though Federer lost the first set, it's what he did towards the end of the first set that laid the foundations for the second set.
Game, Federer.
And a second serve ace for Federer to finish off that service game. And he says, over to you then, Andrey. Can you serve
Rublev
this set out yourself? 5-3. That is just unplayable.
15 love.
Unforced errors count so far 3, and that is extraordinary, and that's why he is serving for the set, Rublev.
Good return there, quickly back on to Rublev.
15 all.
Federer's probably thinking that Rublev can't continue this level.
Yeah, and also, I will get better.
Yeah.
$15-30. All. Out. 14-30.
Overruled from Ferguson. It certainly looked long. Federer's going to challenge.
Left baseline, ball was called out.
Confident umpiring. We've actually struggled, the Lions crew, on the baseline this week.
Set point.
Game
sealed with an ace. And what a stylish and impressive set of tennis that was from the young Russian qualifier Andrey Rublev. The 7-time champ is in trouble. The opening set belongs to Rublev.
Well, coming into this match, it's one of the ultimate tests to be able to beat Federer here in Cincinnati, because Federer's serve is so strong, but Rublev was better than Federer really in all departments. Yes, Federer hit more winners. That's always likely to happen, but when you play as aggressively as Rublev did and you only make 5 errors, just shows what a incredibly high quality that opening set was from the Russian. You would always back him as well, given the form he's in, that to win the longer rallies. He won all 4. He's been able to pin Federer into the backhand corner. Federer hasn't had the luxury of hitting as many forehands as he would certainly like. Will that change in the second set? And then coming into this match, I don't think I would have been alone, Adam, and thinking, well, Federer's going to serve better than Rublev. That hasn't been the case. Rublev has served better than the former 7-time champion here in Cincinnati. Will he be able to keep it going?
Time.
Well, you're expecting a response
Second
from
set.
Roger Federer. Only half an hour on the clock. It's been quick-fire stuff.
Federer to
It's
serve.
going to be the number 3 seed to get set 2 underway.
$15 love.
It's lovely.
And what was so impressive and encouraging
30 love.
was how quickly he moved on to this shorter ball for Federer. Makes it look easy.
Oh. Well, we've seen some wonderful forehand returns from
30-15.
Federer today. Now one from Rublev.
$40-15. Mr. Rublev challenging the call. Right service line. What was called in?
Yeah, good challenge from Rublev.
$40-30.
First double from Federer. Nice start. And Federer up and running in set 2. Now what he can do on the Rublev serve. Obviously he broke him once in that opening set.
He's starting to feel it. Just the couple of shots straight after the serve from Federer. It's taken him a while to settle down. As impressive as he was the other day, it was at night. This is the afternoon, different conditions. This year he averages 59% first serves in the opening set Rublev was 67. He's not going to keep that going.
15 love.
What a transformation.
good defence. He apologises as the ball just clipped the top of the net on its way through, but take nothing away from the movement and the dig from Rublev.
Love.
Oh, yeah. He's everywhere, Andrey Rublev at the moment.
One game on.
And that forehand from Federer was 94 miles an hour, and he gets the ball back, and then he's got the presence of mind, Rublev, to be able to anticipate backhand pass.
Love. Mr. Federer challenging the call left.
Federer is challenging.
Ball was called in.
Challenging his own serve.
Love 15. On.
Well, Andrey Rublev is ranked 70th in the world. Do you want to hazard a guess, Barry, the last time that Federer lost to someone ranked at 70 or above?
70 or below?
Below.
$15.30.
Am I allowed a year?
2018.
Oh, John Millman.
No. He was 55. Yeah, lost to Millman at the US Open, of course, late last year.
30 all.
Oh, no, that was the wrong year. I was going to say Donskoy, but that was the year before, wasn't it?
That was Dubai 2017. 116 in the world, Donskoy was at the time. He lost in a final set tiebreaker last year to someone ranked 175th in the world. It's a little misleading,
40-30.
that ranking.
I tell you, I'd be no good as a lawyer in court. My mind's scrambled right now.
Yeah, Federer.
Well, good hold from Federer. So we stay on serve in set two. Federer leading by 2 games to 1. Absolutely no panic from Roger Federer, that is for sure. Although certainly from what we've seen in the early stage of this second set, Rublev isn't going to go away. He's still playing very, very well here. Here's the Russian. Obviously, he's already beaten Wawrinka yesterday in straight sets. Played well there by all accounts.
Well, one of the keys to Rublev today has been his accuracy on his ground strokes. He's been able to pin Federer in that backhand corner. Look at that, 61% into the backhand. And then when he has gone into the forehand, he's gone with accuracy. So Federer hasn't been able to use his forehand as aggressively as he would want to. If Rublev is to win this match, he needs to keep up those numbers. Federer so far is only hitting 46% of his ground shots as a forehand. And Rublev compared that 70%.
Shall I put you out your misery, Bazza?
I've gone through all the tournaments and my mind is utterly scrambled.
Well, just being told this was in from Fed. Should have challenged.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, I've got it. Miami, Kokinakis.
Yes, well done. Big hitting from Federer.
Yeah, and the key, and we talked a lot about it, was the first serve percentage from Rublev in the first set, 67%. So far in this second set, he's losing a bit of rhythm. He just made 2 out of 6. Federer sensing his chance and upping his power.
30-15.
Interesting decision from Federer there to try and take that one on the volley.
Just surprised we haven't seen him chip charge more. We saw him on one occasion in the first set.
Here he comes. Federer, his stats at the net today have been distinctly average. 3 out of 11 visits so far. 4 out of 12, excuse me.
Game, Rublev.
Rublev holds. 2 games all.
Two games all. Love. $30-15.
Second double. However, he is serving a lot better in this set.
Yeah, it's a very good second serve from Federer. Finding his spots a little bit more now, isn't it?
40-15. Game, Federer.
So Federer holds convincingly. Much more straightforward so far in this second set behind his own serve.
3 games, 2-2.
It's Federer who leads, 3-2. Well, the first match of the evening session tonight, not before 7 o'clock local time, sees the defending champion Novak Djokovic in action against Pablo Carreño Busta. He obviously came through against Sam Querrey in his last round in pretty convincing fashion, did Djokovic, playing for the first time since that incredible Wimbledon victory. And he is up against Pablo Carreño Busta, the Spaniard who came through qualifying, another who has been struggling with injuries this year. Carreño Busta, he missed 10 weeks with a right shoulder injury. He then had to withdraw from Stuttgart and Halle because of a thigh injury. But he's fully fit. And it's going to be fascinating to see what kind of trouble he can cause Djokovic later on today. Not before 7 out here on centre court.
Time. $15 love.
That first point was an interesting shot selection for Federer. You wouldn't normally see that. You'd see him hit the chip back and back cross court.
Well, his struggles at the net continue, Roger Federer. This is most unlike him. In this set, he's had 8 visits to the net. He's won 1 of those 8 points.
And this is what can happen when you're just lacking some matches in recent weeks. You just lose your sharpness. You may be just a fraction slower.
40 love. Game, Rublev.
Well, at the moment, there is absolutely no sign of Andrey Rublev's level dropping here. 3 games all.
3 games all. $15 love.
Well, Andrey Rublev was born on October the 20th, 1997. That same day, that same week, Roger Federer was playing a futures tournament in Switzerland.
That's an excellent
15 all.
pass. I know he was playing
I was going
in
to say
Switzerland.
Someone
because
else.
I was there.
I know, was there. You didn't play him, did you?
No, I didn't. He avoided me.
Oh, what touch from Andrey Rublev.
My goodness me, when Rublev is hitting these types of shots,
15-30.
then you almost get the feeling it's his day, as he's not known for his net play. That was simply incredible from Rublev.
$30 all. Lens. First round.
Oh, this is extraordinary tennis from Andrey Rublev.
30-40.
And Federer is in a whole heap of trouble here. Break points, Rublev.
Well, he just at no stage in this match as he backed off. He's been relentless, Rublev.
Can you believe this? The Federer forehand goes wide. And Andrey Rublev, the qualifier from Russia, leads not only by a set, but also by a break. 4-3.
And that's not easy to do. To absolutely throw everything at one of the top guys. And Rublev has done that right from ball one. So normally we talk about Federer suffocating his opponents. In fact, today it's been the other way round. And he has been half a step slow, but I think that's understandable with lack of tennis that he's played. But Rublev has created that uncertainty by his excellence.
Are we in for one of the big upsets, one of the big stories? Rublev is 2 games away from a quarter-final spot here at the Western and Southern Open and knocking out the 7 times champion Roger Federer. And now it's going to be interesting to see whether he continues to play at the level that we've seen over the last 51 minutes, or is the finishing line just beginning to get in vision?
Mr. Federer challenging the call. Left center service line, ball was called in.
Oh. Rublev was just about to hit the roof if that had been called out.
15 love.
I think he thought it was comfortably in, 2 millimeters in the end.
A little bit more on that slice from Federer.
15 all. Mr. Federer has 1 challenge remaining.
Since Wimbledon, this is only Federer's 2nd match. Rublev's played 12.
I
think coming into this match, if you'd have said after nearly an hour, 1 player had 17 unforced errors, 1 player had 6, and you had to guess which way round it was, you wouldn't have said Federer had 17. Make that 18.
40-15.
Well, he's struggling from the back. That's why I'm surprised that he hasn't come forward more in recent games. And maybe it's because of the lack of success he's had in the net as well from Federer. That just causes uncertainty.
Game.
And a very emphatic service hold from Andrey Rublev. He's a game away from beating Federer after 54 minutes on court. to Rublev there. That was some dig.
Love 15.
He just didn't expect it to come back with this pace.
Hey. 15 all. Ready, 15. Hey. 40-15.
Well, I think that last point kind of sums up the match, really. I mean, that forehand approach from Federer was in the middle of the court. Nothing really on it.
Mr. Federer challenging the call. Right service line, ball was called out.
It's in. Good challenge from Roger Federer. The crowd do all they possibly can to get behind the Swiss. Is it too little too late? Rublev will serve for it. 5-4.
I think the decision now what Federer's going to make at the change of ends, how is he going to play this last game? Is he just going to say, right, you're going to have to beat me because I don't feel I'm playing well enough, and see if you've got the nerve? Or does Federer just say, right, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to come in, I'm going to force the issue, I'm going to squeeze the court.
Rublev keep his nerve. We've already seen it a few times this week, that last game, how tricky it can be to get over the line.
Time.
Interestingly, the last time Roger Federer lost to either a lucky loser or a qualifier in straight sets on a hard court, you've got to go back 12 years. 2007 Indian Wells to Guillermo Cañas. Can Andrey Rublev add his name to that list? Serving for the match.
15 love.
It was actually quite smart from Rublev because he just reined it in a touch. I mean, rightly so, he's going to feel the pressure, but it's not as if he's actually feeling threatened by Federer on the backhand at all, so he just locked him in that corner again.
Mr. Federer challenging the right service line.
Not with a great deal of confidence, mind you, as he marches over to the deuce side. And that's why. Perfect serve.
30 love. Mr. Federer has no challenges remaining.
A play that has been lacking somewhat today from Federer.
Well, that's what I thought he would do right at the beginning of this game.
30-15.
So much harder to find those passing shots when you're trying to serve for the match than it is if you're 30 love up in your opening service game of the match.
Great play. Found another big serve.
40-15.
Just hearing the serve was out. And obviously Federer's got no challenges. Rublev, 2 match points. Andrey Rublev, the giant killer here in Cincinnati. He does the Swiss double. It was for Brinker yesterday, and now it is the 7-time champion here at the Western and Southern Open, Roger Federer. He's played 2 players this year ranked inside the world's top 5 as Rublev. He's beaten them both. Keep an eye on him this week. What a win for the qualifier. Just over an hour, an extraordinary performance. 6-3, 6-4.
Well, the 7-time champion here in Cincinnati departs. At the beginning of the day, if he said the match is going to last 62 minutes, it's going to be 6-3, 6-4. Don't think there would have been too many people who would have thought it would be Rublev. But he absolutely deserved the victory. He was better than Federer in all departments. The serve, the return, ground shots. He was even better than Federer at the net. He hit a couple of sublime volleys, Rublev, and that's what confidence can do. That's what playing matches can do, coming through tough moments. And the Russian has had to come through a lot of tough moments in the last year and a bit with the injuries. It's good to see him back and play tennis of that quality. And to just make 6 unforced errors when you play as aggressively as Rublev did just illustrates how well he played. And the game plan was simple. I mean, of course, you need to serve well and you need to return well, but he locked Federer in that backhand corner and he handcuffed Federer, who was out of sorts. He certainly wasn't at his best. He was half a step slow. I think the fact that playing in the afternoon compared to the other day was at the evening, but also he was up against it from the word go, where against Londero he was able to get in the lead early and then play with a bit more freedom. And it was a struggle on serve. How many times do you see Federer down at only 63% of first serve points won? Rublev, contrast, was 82%. That's as good as I've seen Rublev play in terms of complete match, probably in his whole career.